Okay, so here's my problem. I've been using AI a ton lately, and I really just need to do some thinking for myself. I have some fountain pens that I love using, and I just need somewhere to write. I've got a nice journal that I bought months ago, and I've used like 2 pages of it. So I'm going to utilize my UV printer right here and print on the journal, make it my ideation place, and just show you a quick win project. This could be something that you sell, this could be something that you use yourself, whatever. All I know is I need it. Figured why not make a video of it, so come along with me as I do it. So here's the journal that I'm going to be starting with. I've already taken the front and back off. I'm not doing anything with the back, but I had to take that off to get to the front. And it's this faux leather finish. There's this little button right here. Now, I happen to know that my UV printer, the Morpho, sits about 2¼ to 2½ millimeters off of the surface when it is printing. This little button right here is raised, but it's only raised about 1¼ to 1½ millimeters, so I'm not worried about that interfering with the print head whatsoever. This is just a journal I bought, I think at Target or Marshall's or something like that. And I'm going to personalize it. Like I said, you can use this as a project for clients that you're selling something to or just yourself. So I've got, again, I said I'm going to be using AI less, but I've got AI making a couple graphics for this based on what I want. I'm not the best graphic designer, so I've got it making a few graphic options for me. And we're going to get this put over on the printer while that is going. Okay, so I realized that before I UV print, I want to block off this metal logo. I don't exactly know what the logo is, but I kind of like it. And so because of that, I'm going to tape over it and then cut the tape. And what this will allow me to do is UV print without having to worry about trying to mask out this little logo. And then I can just pull the tape off when I'm done. And there we go. I'm gonna grab a little tool right here to just try and make sure that it's all pushed flush and trimmed. And that looks good to me. Okay, so I'm gonna go get this put back on the UV printer. We stayed fairly flat. And let's get printing. Okay, so this is one of my favorite things about the Morpho. You can see that just fits in there beautifully. That's because the Morpho actually has a A3 and an A4 print bed. This is the A4 print bed, so it can print 13 inches wide by 8.7 inches deep with the doors closed. This is a unique feature about the Morpho. Other printers like the Omni or the CMYK don't have this, so I love that about this printer. But I've got everything positioned now. I've got my artwork picked out. So now I'm going to go ahead and get the artwork loaded into the software, get a picture taken of it, and get going. Okay, so we're going to start by opening up Morpho Studio and making it full screen. From here, I always start with a custom size and choose A4 jig if I'm using the A4 or A3 jig if I'm using the A3 jig. And I will go ahead and grab my graphic, drag it in here, and then tell it to upscale to Ultra HD, just so that way we have a higher PPI. Now, always watch on the upscaling, make sure that doesn't mess up any of your lines or text or anything of that nature. we're also going to rotate this to 90 degrees and then just kind of leave it at this size. It is still upsizing. There is the image enhancing, and if I look at this, I like what I'm seeing. This looks very similar to the original graphic, and we're good to go on that. Now, something that I do, the reason I start with it bigger than I need it to is because I will click outside here, click Fit to Content, and then Continue. What this does is it trims away all of that extra, leaves just this area. And so now I will hit Snapshot Alignment. That's what I typically prefer to use. And that will just take a whole picture of the bed and let me align it instead of the software aligning it. And I found that that works a little bit better, at least in my use cases. So now I'm going to grab and drag the graphic all the way over here. And I'm definitely overshooting a little bit, but that's okay. If you hold A on the keyboard, it will let you see through it. Drag, so we're just a little bit more off on the top and the sides. This looks pretty good to me. And now we're going to print white, then CMYK over here. We're printing it at 720 by 1200 DPI. We could do 1440 by 1800 or 1440 by 2400, but there's no need to go that high. And I'm going to go with 4 white layers. And that's because we're covering up that orange, and I really want that orange to be covered up. So no top varnish or anything. And at this point, we are ready to hit go to print. It's going to want to upscale it. I've already upscaled it once. Don't need to worry about that. And now it estimates about 3 minutes, 11 seconds, and 1.7 mil. I have noticed that in the early version of the software that I'm running, the time estimates and the ink usage estimates are a little bit low, but that's okay. It still gives you an estimate at least and allows you to see what's going on with that. And now I'm going to hit start printing and get this going. It just finished, and I love the way that this came out. Looks fantastic. And then this should just peel right off. Just like that. I got a little bit over there that was just on this, but that's okay. Again, done is better than perfect. Now, time to go reassemble this notebook, start filling it with ideas. Actually, before I reassemble the notebook, I decided I'm going to put a topographic print on the back to match the front. So get this put back in here, and we need to flatten it a little bit more. Okay, that should be good. Time to go throw the graphic back down, throw it over to the printer, and we'll be done. Guys, I am so excited with how this came out. It looks fantastic. And this is a motto that I'm trying to live by more and more. Done is better than perfect. With this channel, I'm trying to just get that out. And I have a lot of baggage, I guess you could say, carried from the previous content creation that I did. Was in a space where everything had to just be crisp and perfect. And I'm getting over that. And so done is better than perfect. And this came out fantastic. So I hope you got something out of this video. It's kind of just a quick down and dirty video. I'm going to be doing a lot more like these going forward, where I just kind of bring you along to see what I'm working on or show you a tip or trick that I found. Don't worry, my in-depth videos like my settings video that I've done for the F1 and F1 Ultra and review videos, those are not going anywhere. I'm just going to be doing more videos like these in the meantime. So that way I'm able to put out more content for you to enjoy and more quick wins like this. So if you have a journal that's just sitting around and you're like, what can I do with that? Turn it into something like this, and don't try to get into your own head like I always do and think every product I make, I have to be able to eventually make 1,000 of them. Make one. You know, if I didn't have my logo on the top of this and I wasn't going to use this, I could easily list this as a one-off item. Don't underestimate those one-off items. You might list a one-off journal like this and have somebody contact you and they say, hey, I would like to order 500 journals for my business. And you can then tell them, well, I can't make you those exact journals, but here's what I can do for you. You took what you had lying around, you turned it into a business product, they ordered it, they loved it, and now they want to order a bunch from you. So I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button and also hit that subscribe button. That helps out the channel a ton. There's going to be links down below. Probably most of them are going to be affiliate links, as all YouTube channels are going to, but those affiliate links help keep this channel running. So if you don't mind shopping them, that would really go a long way to support me and my family. If you didn't like this video, there's a button for that too. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll catch you in the next one.